Section 1.3, rational numbers, fractions, decimals, and percents. Write each fraction as a decimal. The first fraction we're looking at is -7/10. And we need to remember the line separating the numerator and the denominator means division. So we're dividing 7 divided by 10. 10 goes into 7 0 times. We're going to make it 7.0. Pop up that decimal point. 10 goes into 70 7 times. 10 times 7 is 70. We subtract, and that difference is 0. Our decimal, -7/10. Our decimal is -0.7. 7/15 as a decimal. 7 divided by 15. Make it 7.0. And again, we can, similar to what we did with our multiples of 17, we can write our multiples of 15, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120. Let's stop there. So we can see that 15 goes into 70 4 times. We'll subtract, bring down a 0. 15 goes into 100 6 times. That's 90. And subtract 10, bring down a 0. 15 goes into 100 6 times. 6 times 15 is 90. 10. 15 goes into 100 6 times. 6 times 15 is 90. And our decimal, 7/15, our decimal is going to be 0.46 with a line over the 6. The 6 is repeating. We're going to be converting between fractions, decimals, and percents. Given either the fraction, decimal, or percent, find the equivalent form. Given 40%, think about what the word percent means. Percent means per 100. So the fraction for 40% is going to be 40 over 100. We do need to reduce that fraction. It's 4 over 10, which is 2/5. 4/10. We can look at that fraction, 4/10, and from right there we can write the decimal, 0.40. Given the decimal, 0.027, what is the fraction and what is the percent? We can start by writing the fraction and count our spaces after the decimal point. We've got tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So that means our fraction is going to be 27 over 1,000. Our percent, decimal to percent, we multiply by 100. So our percent is going to be 2.7%. The fraction 1/6. We just did practice changing those fractions to decimals, so let's do that again. 1 divided by 6. 6 goes into 10 one time. 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 goes into 40 6 times. Pop that decimal point up. Our decimal is going to be 0.166 repeating. Decimal to percent, we multiply by 100. So our percent is going to be 16.6 repeating percent. %125%. Our fraction will be 125%, means per 100, so over 100. Divide your numerator and denominator by 25 in this case to reduce, and the answer is 5/4 for the fraction. The decimal, percent to decimal, divide by 100. Our decimal is 1.25. Given the decimal 0.07, our fraction, count the decimal places, tenths, hundredths, 7 over 100. Remember that the percent means per 100, and our fraction is 7 over 100. Our percent is 7%. 7/16 is our fraction. We want to find the decimal and the percent. If we're doing 7 divided by 16, I'm going to make my list of multiples of 16, 16, 32, 48, 64, 80, 96, 112, and we'll stop there. 16 goes, pop that decimal point up first. 16 goes into 74 times. 16 goes into 60 3 times. 16 times 3 is 48. $16 divides into 127 times. That's our 112. And 16 divides into 80 evenly 5 times. Our decimal is 0.4375. To write our percent, we can multiply by 100, and our percent is 43.75%.